Hey y'all, welcome to my Kentucky kitchen. My name is Gloria, and today I'm going to show you how to make simple beans and cornbread. Soup beans and cornbread. And this is a staple in the South, and it's about the cheapest meal you can make. So let me show you what we're working with. All right, I'm starting out with a pound of dry pinto beans. Now, what you do is you look through your beans. Make sure there's no rocks and there's no weird looking beans. And then you're gonna rinse them really good, drain that water out, and cover them with water and let that sit overnight. That's going to help soften your beans and lessen your cook time. So that's what I've done right here. These have soaked overnight, and I have added 8 pieces of turkey bacon. Now you can add regular bacon, you can add a ham hock, you can add smoked turkey legs, but if you don't have meat, you can just add Crisco or oil, vegetable oil or something like that. So I'm going to cover these with water by about probably 2 inches, and these are going to cook. Now, I have not actually made beans on the stove top in several years since I have had my Instant Pot, because they're so much quicker in the Instant Pot. But I realize everyone may not have an Instant Pot, so I'm going to do these on the stove top. Now, I remember when I made them before, they used to take about 4 hours, I think. We're going to see how long these take to cook. All right, I've got my water added to the pot, and I've got my stove. It's on high right now until it gets to a good boil, and then I'm going to turn it down until you don't want a crazy boil. Just you know, it's got some bubbles in it, some big bubbles. And I'm not going to add any salt or pepper until they're done. And you're just going to keep an eye on them while they're cooking, because the beans, they will absorb the water, and you will probably have to add water once, maybe twice. You just have to keep an eye on them. All right, I'm going to let these cook, and we'll be back. They've been cooking for about 20 minutes. And I've turned them down on medium. And I forgot to tell you that you need to cook these with a cover on them. All right, we're just going to keep an eye on them. All right, while my beans are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make my cornbread. And I have got about a teaspoon of bacon grease in a cast iron skillet. Now I'm making a half of a recipe, so this is a number 5 skillet. If I make a whole recipe, I usually use a number 8. But I've got a teaspoon of bacon grease. You can also use Crisco. And I'm going to preheat my oven to 450 degrees, and I'm going to put my skillet in there while it's preheating, and while I mix up my other ingredients so this can be getting hot. Okay, for my cornbread, I'm going to be using 1 egg, 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk, 1/8 of a cup of avocado oil, or you can use vegetable oil, any flavorless oil, and 1 cup of self-rising cornmeal mix. So I'm just going to whisk my egg. And add my buttermilk and my oil to it. Whisk that up. And add my cornmeal mix. Okay, we're just going to wait for the skillet to get hot. All right, my skillet's hot. When it sizzles, that's how you know you're good to go. Okay, I'm going to put this in the 450 degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Now, if I make a bigger skillet, I do 20 to 25 minutes, but just keep an eye on it. All right, our cornbread is done. I'm just going to flip it out. I hope that wasn't too loud. And it cooked for about 15 minutes. And I'm just going to slide a knife under there. I don't really know why they do that. I guess to keep it from sweating on the bottom, to keep it crunchy. All right, we're just going to wait for our beans to get done. All right, they're done, and I'm going to go ahead and add 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. So good. All right, I'm going to make a bowl for Maddox. Okay, he's sleepy. He started kindergarten this year. So good? Thank you. And this is what we put in ours. Hot sauce. All right, there you have it. And the beans did cook for 4 hours, and I did add water 3 times. And you can add more water if you want soupier beans, then add more water. And to be honest, I will probably add more water because, like I said, it had been a long time since I cooked them on the stovetop. And mine in the Instant Pot usually have more liquid in there than that because we like to crumble up our cornbread in there. So, yeah, you can just how much ever you like, just add. And I guess that's it. So thank you so much for watching. And let me know if you get to try this recipe out, and let me know how you like it. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I have lots of recipes that I want to share. All right, so I will see you next time. Bye for now.